I've been watching this cherry tree just about every morning when I come out. Yeah, I see it all the time. It's like right here. It's finally blooming. So you can see some of the upper limbs on the other side right up in there. That's kind of how the whole tree has looked for 2 or 3 days, including yesterday morning. And this morning, I obviously didn't pay attention to it last night. This morning it's opened up. It's only a month late. And yeah, little silhouette, not much of a sunrise yet, but it's hitting up there on the hill. Yeah, it looks like they got about 6 or 8 rounds last night. That fields, depending on how they planted, if they planted the neighbors at the same time. Actually, there's 2 extra pieces. There's an extra 40 acres. Oh, what is that? 120 acres, I think. Somewhere in there, total. Oh, well. Time to see who's doing what down here. Looks like little Tahoe standing down here complaining already. And how bottle babies are. Oh, these girls are probably upset. Oh, there's still a little hay in there. I knew that was going to be pretty low this morning. But, that is what it is. They'll get over it. And the mama with the newest baby in here, she laid outside. Of course, inside needs some straw spread. And little Mr. Hernia boy. Yeah, it's obvious this morning. I don't think it was obvious the other day. Mom saw it and said something. Not yesterday, but the night before, she called me and said, hey. And, he had a big navel anyway. And that's the problem with big naveled calves. It's like, well, is there something there or not? But here, we'll say good morning, Tahoe. Hey, Tahoe, good morning. Good morning, bud. Yeah, good morning. You can't eat my phone. You can't eat my phone. No. Big girl's keeping an eye on you today, huh? And 617. Yeah, they will keeping an eye on you. It's nice if they keep an eye on him. Not like he can go anywhere. And somebody's got a little string of mucus. Yeah. Anyway, get my feeding done. Big girl there, she likes to have her breakfast. Don't you, sweetheart? Huh? Don't you? Yeah, do you want to say good morning? If I get too close, that calf's going to stay through and eat, huh? Yeah. Yeah, not yours. I don't know when she's due for sure, but oh well. It may be that one with her head in the door over there. I think it is. I think that's the 3-year-old that's in here, I think. Don't quote me on that. Can't read the number from here. Mom and I were looking at him here the other night. She was standing right in here with her butt toward us. Boy, you can see the old calf moving. She's a few extra axe handles wide. I almost forgot to separate little hernia boy here and mommy this morning when I fed. Ty got here and she says, I went, oh shit. So I come down to separate them. And she went and got the bottle for little Miss Hope. And we look out and that girl right there was on the other side of the wood gate. She lost her water. 033H. She's more interested in talking to those 2 heifers than doing anything. She was just humped up a minute ago. Oh, somebody hit the hot wire. Somebody hit the hot wire. Na, 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 na. Yeah, she has the last of the Dino calves in her, and the rest of them out there are all Bam Bam calves in them. So I'll get that far today anyway. And it'll be about 2 hours for the vet's here, so maybe she'll get something done before then. And she's not the one I've been watching. So I'm going to go out and check the one I've been watching. I just started this thing up. I just shut it off over here just to leave the key on to show you. The display is working at the moment. No idea. And it worked properly too. When I turned the key on, I saw the red light come on, and once it started, it went out like it should, and everything was on. Interesting. Maybe it just had a brain fart. And that 3-year-old over there, she looks like she's finally pretty well dilated. She she was blowing a big bubble, and she got up and it popped. So hopefully she does something before the vet gets here. It'd be nice not to have two things going at once, but that's usually what happens. I mean, hell, a few years ago we had the vet out for a prolapse, and I think it was another prolapse. We had one over there that he came and fixed, and while he was here, we had a calf over here and prolapse when she calved. So he came over to fix her, and then the other one re-prolapsed over there, so he fixed her, and it may have been the same day. We ended up with putting the other gate in over here, so we had a pin right here at that feeder, and did a C-section. Instead of being here, for half hour, 45 minutes, he was here for like 3 hours, and we never slowed down. It was literally, hey, Peter, when you're done with that, we got an issue over here. And, oh, hey, Peter, when you're done there, you got to come back over here. So hopefully we don't have one of those again. Well, Zach just headed out the driveway. He's all put back together and sewn up, and he's still in Nana land for a little bit. His mommy's still out there concerned. And meet little Zach. I didn't get a chance to get any video earlier. He's just headed for the breadbasket now. Let's see, what time is it? Well, the vet was here for about an hour and 15 minutes, so he's about an hour and 20 minutes old. And we were talking, Ty and I were talking before, since she was started this morning. Me and Zach was coming out to work on this other calf. I was going to let him name him, and I told her, no, if it's a bull calf, it's Zach. Done deal. So, there we go. And there's the brat. Yeah, a little Tahoe. I think we're going to have early lunch. And Buffalo.
Sissy's outside.
The other new calf hiding by Mom.
Hope's right outside.
And yeah, there's where she is. Hope's out there now. She laid over here and watched the procedure, and then went around and feeding grain in that feeder. There's a gap along the board to the concrete, so there's a little bit that dribbles out. Since the rats don't seem to be eating that, there's a little bit, so she worked her way all the way down the feeder, getting a little extra vittles this morning, which was good. And I got those panels almost swung in place, just got to get the bow gate put in, which requires more than just me and a loader.
Well, I had.
She was busy. Yeah. And we're always fortunate enough to be able to get a few extra syringes.
Oh, they're the good ones too.
She likes those with the screw on.
Love them. Love them.
I learned to hate those as a kid, but they are kind of nice.
The problem is now we have so many old syringes that you just put them on, push them on, and they don't like to stay there all the time.
Yeah. Anyway.
Don't eat his umbilical cord. I have not dipped it yet.
Well, she's cleaning it up. Anyway. Well, he's had his allotted time away from Mama. Now he's eating. I just said he can still pee, so that's a good thing.
20 million gallons when he got up.
And that little bugger over there, I watched him in the camera earlier, and he's got a milk nose, so he's been up and eating. And
You just got his shots. I just got
one of those young yearling heifers that's over here, Ty says, don't think she feels good. It's like, yeah, the wonderful weather lately, we may have one of them with pneumonia, so something we got to check. In the meantime, we got to get a bale of hay in for those girls.
We'll do the leg at the same time.
And change the eye on the yard light at the same time, because I'm 99.9% sure that's what's wrong with it. Here, if I go out here, you can actually see it. Look at that. There it is. And go put those panels together yet, too.
Can you give her some hay? I'm going to paste and dip him.
I will look at my work from here, because I'm in the shade and I can almost see what we're looking at. That gate on to the left, I kind of wanted it to go straighter with the fence, but when I measured everything off, I figured those two panels were going to meet there. And then we put a 62-inch wide piece in the middle of it. So it is what it is. It's actually lined up pretty damn good for being able to back up to it to unload. I don't plan on loading back out of there. 3 wraps, 3 pieces of big bale twine to each post. Wiggled the feet around a little bit. And if you can see or not why I made the feet offset, because it's right tight against the gate and they're tight against the posts, since there's really no overlap, of the gate. And it's setting about as good as it could possibly set.
You can see one of the babies is actually in the month itself.
And while we're doing this, we've been watching the killdeer. They're in the steer pen over here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to zoom in on it or not. I might not be able to see it. Maybe you can, but just about middle of the screen. There's a baby.
I know they're over there. Leave it.
Moving around in the muck. We can see 3 of them. So we're guessing there's 3. But then the daddy flew up from over by the nest. So
and there was still one egg yesterday.
And that egg was still there yesterday. So maybe that one's still viable. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we got going on. And I'm gonna.
Well, shit! I don't even need that far up.
You don't have to go up very far, but
and you did show
that barrier wire that goes that way, we don't use it anymore, and God knows I've come awful close to touching it over there.
I fell into it and I barely missed it.
We're just gonna cut it off there. If we need to hook it back up, we can. But neither one of us are quite tall enough to reach that without going up just a little bit. So since the elevator's out here, we'll take advantage of it. Yeah, while I'm sitting here and thinking about it, they got more done up there last night than I thought, and they finished up just before lunchtime today. They finished up just before the vet was done with that calf, or just after the vet was done with that calf, I guess. But in the meantime, told Ty to check calves close.
I have 4.
We've got a few.
I have 4 that are sick with pneumonia.
4 look like they got pneumonia.
2 with bad scours.
2 with really bad scours to the point that they're dehydrated. And a couple with burnt noses.
And I couldn't get close enough to the one that I was really concerned about. He almost looked like he had blisters started.
Hope you can hear.
So I want to check him really close.
Burnt noses is an indication of possibly a liver issue due to tansy or groundsel.
Which normally it'll show up in the cow too, and they only get
the cow will end up red nose and their teeth. I mean, they sunburn because the liver's not working right. And all you can do is hit them hard with antibiotics and hope you're over it. But none of them have been where they can get to groundsel. I mean,
it's gotta be just the fact.
I dread the first week we're on pasture because there's so much groundsel out there. It's not funny, and it's one of those things that you can spray it every week and it is still there. It is the worst frickin' thing. And we can thank the government program for bringing the crap in with their, quote, native to the area plants that they planted originally 20 years ago. Because that's when it appeared. And, prevailing winds bring it. Floodwaters bring it. So, we're not only downwind from where I'm looking out there, but we're downstream from out there. So anyway, we're gonna see if we can keep from killing ourselves and catch some of these, because one of them is the oldest calf here, 511C. And she's pretty much the biggest one here. And Ty's busy pointing at her, but she's been getting cleaned up by Dancer, and it's kind of funny, but you know, I don't know how bad I want to try to get a hold of her.
I don't know how bad I want to get a hold of her.
10 years ago, that wasn't such a big chore, but son of a bitch.
Hell, before all my knee surgeries, I used to be able to do that with my damn eyes closed right think about it.
She used to be better too, but
I can't do that shit no more.
yeah, get their head between a set of legs and flank them and cross your fingers.
You might be just better off flopping that bitch over and I laying on top of her.
Yeah, I hate flopping them because you slam them to the ground and then she slams on top of them. And
I don't slam, thank you.
it is so nice that they are trained well enough to tell them it's out time, and most of them will. Exodus. Blue, get out of there. Bad thing is the dogs think they need to work and they don't.
BJ, come on.
We've been wandering trying to catch these calves, and there's just too many in here. So, ladies, out. Ladies, dogs, get out of there. Red, blue, out.
Out.
Yeah, dog stands right there. They ain't gonna go out. Well, maybe that's good enough that we can get to some of these calves. Maybe. Down to one more. What did we do? 4 pneumonia? And we just did little sapphire for scours. Now we got a little bull calf. Little roadrunner. So I just announced right before I turned the camera on, I said, Roadrunner, the coyote's after you.
I lied, he's right here on the other side next to me.
And yeah, it's fun working in this. I suppose she means it's that one. He ain't that little. I already got my ass kicked by the bigger ones. One of them chose to kick my right ankle 3 times. That's the one I kind of banged up when we were scrapping. And I stepped wrong yesterday and couldn't hardly walk on it for a while, so it feels peachy. But I'm going to see if I can get him. Well, we finished. Last one just had to kick the hell out of my ankle again. And 2 of them just got some sustain for their scours and poured some electrolytes down their throat. Our little belted boy here, he's looking to be doing pretty good. Just chilling. And the newbie laying out there in the sun. Is that the best place? Yeah, probably not. But he's half in the shade. So that's better than it could be. And I think that's about it for the day. The girls are all happy. They're all back in the feed barn. Reunited with their calves, and the ones that were the most worried are the ones that we weren't even touching their calves on. So I think we're going to call her a video here, because I'm definitely calling it a day. Might even get the video up before 6 o'clock. Just see how fast the intercourse net is and how receptive YouTube is of letting it upload tonight. Yeah, little things that are against their rules. Let me see. Yeah, there, and there. And I actually did have a few videos a couple years ago that told me, no, you can't do that. It shows poop. Well, that whole pen, everything underneath this straw. Yeah. So I just see in a video that's not poop, it's straw. It's dirty straw. Oh well, that's enough. I'm tired, I'm babbling. It's way too freaking hot. And God, I hope it's cooler tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to have a long day one way or the other. No 2 ways about it. We will get the yearlings vaccinated. Actually, they're not even vaccinated. It's just a couple shots they need. They're not even vaccines. We will get the big bulls in a little trailer, and unfortunately they're going to be sitting in it for a little while. I think what we're going to do is we'll get all the yearlings vaccinated, then run them back up in the tub, then load the big bulls up in the trailer, and then it's going to take, I don't think we're going to make it in one trip with the big trailer for the yearlings, but we're going to go as quick as we can, and then the big bulls will probably still be in the trailer, or we'll put them into the tub. That might be the better thing. They still got to get wormed and have shots. And then we'll separate everybody so that when the big bulls come out, they can go with their ladies. That's the plan. You know how it is. Plans always go sideways. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you'll have a great weekend.